name was Kehr. I was born 1918 at my granddad's farm north of Balkan. My granddad came here in 1903 from Indiana, and then later to North Dakota. He stayed there only a very few years, and he homesteaded 2 miles north of Balkan. My dad was only 7 years old when they came. He went to school at the old Cottonwood Grove School, which is located just a mile west of the corner store. And my dad's name was Ed Kehr. My mother's name was Jessie Kehr. My mother had the flu when I was born. We were not really expected to live, but we survived. Things have changed a lot in the 94 years that I've been around the farm. Probably if you ask my dad, what is the one thing that changed farming in the biggest way, he would answer tractors. In my earliest memories, I remember my dad used a team of horses. Our first tractor was a 1928 Fordson. Field work went so much quicker, not so much because the tractors were faster, but because they didn't need to rest like horses. Younger farmers might say that computers have really changed the way farming is done. But if you ask me what was the biggest change in my 76 years of active farming, I would have to say two things. The first, tractors had steel wheels. In the early 40s, we got a tractor with rubber tires. What a difference this made. With the old steel wheels, we could go about 3.5 miles per hour top speed. The rubber tires allowed us to go up to 5 miles per hour. The steel wheels pounded up the soil and kicked up a lot of dust. But more than anything, they made the ride really, really rough. You had to hold on for dear life. Once I hit a rock and was thrown onto the drawbar. Thank goodness I was holding on tight enough. One of my neighbors got thrown off and was run over by his elevator. The rough ride almost meant that most of us stood, sometimes for many long hours. The second big change came in the 50s, and that was cabs. Riding in an open tractor was hot, dirty, and noisy. Your face was just raw after sitting out in the wind for hours on end, and all the dust from the grain went down your back. Our first cabs were custom made. Marshall's, up by the corner store, made ours. Too much heat was always the biggest problem, so the air blowers and water cooler in the cabs were a treat. It was not long after that the tractor companies started building tractors with cabs. They now have air conditioning, rollover protection, sound suppression, and many other comforts, including computers and GPS. Harvest was always a favorite time of the year for me, but adding rubber tires in cabs made it that much more special. This is a history of farming in my time. For the most part, I have enjoyed it until I retired at age 90.